Pick up, everybody. It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. Hope that everyone is doing good on this Friday afternoon, as we're going to be doing yet another transfer show. I will be very shortly joined by a guest who's been here before. Hanno from Coach Corner will be here very shortly. Yeah, we're going to be obviously talking about some of the really big transfers for this, the past few days and whatnot. Some of the big talking points, as I wasn't able to react to the big one for Man United, the fact that Mason Mount is now technically a Man United player. And it was nice to then be able to have Hanno, who is a Chelsea supporter, so that we can talk about it. So once he comes, that's when we'll dive into that. But yeah, make sure before we fully dive in that you, of course, give this video here a big thumbs up, and as well as subscribing to the channel if you haven't done that yet. We're not that far away from basically getting 2K subscribers. So, let's try to make it happen. I took some time to make the overlay, look as good as possible, the background, whatnot. So hopefully y'all enjoy it. The fact that it's 1st of July tomorrow is a bit mad. How time has just flown by so fast. I'm still a bit shocked by, like, literally tomorrow will be, that's when we have like what, 6 months left and whatnot of the year. Mad. Regardless though, um we'll start very shortly, of course. Also, as I always say, feel free to join the SFT membership. Just another way to support the channel. You will be able to get customized badge next to your name once you join in, customized emoji you can use. And once we get more members in, you'll be able to also see me posting sneak peek into content, and as well as behind the scene content. So it's just another way to support the channel. But hey, people, you do simply support by just watching, liking, and subscribing. All those things are free. Once again, becoming a member is just something else for anybody else that wants to find another way to support your girl. Alright? So I got Twitter notifications on in case there's anything breaking while we're live. But yeah, let me say hi to the people that are here. Big up to Henry, Ray Baker, hope you're doing well. Says I will be there. Yes. Big up. Big up to Bobby K. Big up to GTV. Salute, my G. Subscribe to the channel. Big up to Jordan Hyman LFC. Subscribe to him as well. Big up to Llewellyn. Says big up sub and everyone in the free seats. I love that. Afternoon. Insane says, hey Sophia, I hope you had a wonderful eat. Thank you. Yeah, I did. I mean, I was out with a friend and then, just chilled evening, but I will be doing some, um, being with family this weekend, since we have relatives coming on from like overseas and whatnot. So I'll it's been nice. I hope that you had a nice Eid celebration as well, Zane. Jordan asked, "Can I join as well?" Jordan, I already got the layout, so no, this is not a call-in show. It's just gonna be me and another guest. Thank you for asking. I will be doing a call-in show on Sunday though, so anybody that wants to come on in can come on and we can talk about. It's basically call-in show next this upcoming Sunday for, we're going to be talking about just every club's transfer and just, whatever y'all want to talk about, we will be there. Big up to Dwalumba. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you have 3 lives today, Henry. Come on now. You better move. You better go now, Henry. Wow. Big up. I'm good. I'm good. Hope that you good as well. So let's talk. I mean, the first one I want to talk about, like, obviously we have, some of the very close next to each other. So it's Declan Rice that I kind of want to. I feel like I don't think I have talked about this actually, but yeah, Arsenal. This was 2 days ago, or where David Ornstein was heavily on this. So is that Arsenal have agreed a fee with West Ham to sign Declan Rice? A lot of y'all know that 100 million plus 5 million add-ons offer for 24-year-old England midfielder. And this has been accepted, a record for British player. And obviously, the clubs now are working to resolve payment terms, which pretty sure they probably have done by now. But yeah, now obviously they're trying to work more so on, you know, trying to get Jurrien Timber, the Ajax player, to get that deal on as well. But Declan Rice to Arsenal, I do think that is a really good signing. I rate Declan Rice. I mean, obviously the price, like, not that you would say like, okay, the price like he's super, worth that price and whatnot. No, but English tax is a thing. We all know that, right? And also, this is what West Ham needed to get until, if they were to get to move on, to be able to sell him and whatnot. So hey, it is what it is. But I do think this is very good for Arsenal. Like, you rarely see Arsenal really making big moves like this, truly getting, the big players are really splashing cash. They don't really do it. So they're like, yo, we were really close to winning the league last season. Let's go again. Let's go again. And now we're back in the Champions League. I don't know if, Thomas Partey is staying or leaving. It is what it is. Granit Xhaka most likely will be leaving. So hey, y'all do need y'all do need some cover and whatnot. But it's a good player, and also you're adding some extra captain material as well. A guy that is very, I would say, does have some good stats with, chiming in with the goals or even assist and whatnot. But like I said, a vocal person, a leader in that midfield. So I do think he is a good signing for Arsenal. And even though Man City at some point were kind of in for him, I wasn't, at one point hesitant on whether or not whether or not Arsenal were going to get him, because personal terms were agreed a while back. There was not really much competition. The City as well, like they don't really be going on fully when it comes to like a bidding war and whatnot. That's not really their thing at all. It really isn't. So hey, I think this is a good move for Arsenal, especially if they also do get Jurrien Timber, the fullback from Ajax, or the center backs and whatnot. Like he's pretty much very versatile. That would also be a very good signing. But I do think it's important that maybe, I don't know who else they be looking at. Maybe Romeo Lavia, but then again, he's kind of also been linked with Liverpool, so it's very open. I say all this to say, I think Declan Rice would cook in this Arsenal team and would be starting week in and week out. Yeah, that's not even the case at all, in my opinion. So yeah, we will see. What are you guys thinking about this transfer? Are y'all with it or what? When I just spilled Coke on my shirt, of course I did. Yay! Sophie just spilled Coke on her shirt. Typical, typical. But yeah, Declan Rice. Interesting, interesting. Tuluma says majority of these signings aren't shocking or that big. They're just expensive for nothing. A big move would be Mbappe to Man United. Oh my god, imagine to Alumba. I would die. I would die happy. I would just be like, just finish it off right now. Let's just move. Let's just get it over with. And we got Hanno, my guest here. How are you, Hanno?
I'm good, Sofia. You?
Awesome. Good to have you back on the channel. I mean, I just literally started off with just reacting to and talking a little bit about Declan Rice since I haven't done that on the channel. But I do want to hear your thoughts, though. What do you think about Declan Rice signing to Arsenal? Do you think that that's a good signing for Arsenal, or is it maybe too much in terms of the money? Or give me your thoughts about that.
Look, I think any time you pay over the 100 million mark, and it is not a striker or a attacker, I think it's almost always going to be too much. Declan Rice, it's what West Ham wanted, and they got it. He definitely improves Arsenal. My question is, how does that work with Kai Havertz now?
Yes.
It is Declan Rice now going to be back up to Partey, and then um, or and then Havertz playing with Partey, or will it be Partey, Rice, Odegaard, or slash Havertz, or
Mm-hmm.
how's it going to be right now? That's the main question, really.
I mean, that is a good question. I mean, potentially. I was talking a little bit before you came that maybe Partey would be leaving. It's kind of what it looks like, but you never know. But I've also been seeing like other streams from like Arsenal fans and whatnot talking about potentially what it looks like is Havertz is probably going to be more so in that midfield and not going to be like up there as a striker and whatnot. So maybe he'll be like Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and then Havertz right above Martin Odegaard is kind of what I'm thinking. But I don't know because I'm still like I don't know. I don't really rate Havertz that much to be honest. I rate Mount more than I rate Havertz, and I don't really rate Mount that much as well. And we will, of course, talk about Mount very shortly. But for me, doesn't really make sense. But apparently, Arteta has a plan, so we'll see. But it looks to be that maybe that will be that midfield that Arsenal would be going with. But you know, I do think it's important that they maybe have a little bit more cover because if Thomas Partey do go, then I do think it's important that Declan Rice shouldn't necessarily be that only. Whether or not he'll be like a holding midfielder, it should be another one coming in. Is
Yeah,
probably what they should go for. But what are
I
your
think
thoughts, Dad? Did we talk about Havertz before? I don't know if we did. Are you happy that Havertz left? You probably are.
yeah. Look, I think thank you for the
Okay.
Portugal and for the Club World Cup and Super Cup. The rest, fine, but for that period, thank you very much. Um,
You're like, thank you for your service, but bye bye.
yeah.
Yeah, I get
Um,
that.
look, I think Arsenal do need to get another midfielder in because Rice he can play 8 or 6
Mm-hmm.
wings. So you need another backup if Xhaka go
I
because
agree.
that's it. You, and if unless they're going to use Havertz as a backup as an
Mm-hmm.
8, which if they do that, they're going to be turned to a straight. Also, some Arsenal fans are saying to me, "We just they are going to regret letting him go." I think they're living off by Leverkusen Havertz. They need to realize this is Kai Havertz from Chelsea.
Yeah,
Um, so
that's the thing. I mean, he could cook. You never know. I don't think he will, but I mean, it'll be interesting. I definitely will be intrigued to see like what can like can Arteta get something out of him from that role that he wants for him to play. Could he do something? I doubt it, but we will see. I mean, they also, I mean, at this point, very close to kind of being done with Jurrien Timber from, the player from Ajax. So that's potentially also another deal that might be wrapped up very soon. What are you thinking about that? Are you too familiar with Jurrien Timber from Ajax, or what are your thoughts about that?
I'm I'm not familiar with this game, but what I've heard um, he's had a drop off since Martinez left, but then again, the whole Ajax team has had a drop off of
Yeah.
the season. So I don't know how much to read into it. Um, it can be good, but it can also not be good. I think it's a 50-50 one. We've seen, yeah, yeah. Um, on Timber, look, it can work out. We've seen
Hmm.
Anthony while to adapt, but later worked out. Same with Lissandro Martinez. It took him 1 or 2 games, and then it worked out. So I don't know how long it's going to take him. It might take him a season. It might take him just a couple of games to get used to it. Um, but it's going to be interesting with him. It can really do really good, like I said, or it can do bad.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen like more so like I do follow like the Dutch team like when it comes to like international and whatnot. Then seen a little bit of Ajax here and there from him, but when he because we were really close to trying to get him last season, but it ended up with him preferring to stay since. maybe his time at the Dutch team would have been in jeopardy due to the World Cups. And Van Gaal was like, you know what? If you go to Man United and you don't be playing that much, then do not expect me to be picking you because that's that. So he was like, okay, I don't know. Let's maybe just stay at Ajax. So for me, I'll kind of be like, yeah, it is what it is. But I'm really happy that it worked out with us getting Lisandro Martinez instead because he's been exceptional and amazing. But I do think that if Jurrien Timber, which things stands right now, if he does go to Arsenal, then it probably would be. I think it would cook. I think it would look very good. Um, it'll be maybe about 45 to 48 million euros is what it's looked to be submitted yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but Monday, I think. So looks to be that this deal is about to get wrapped up. So it'll be very interesting indeed, for sure. Let me read some comments here. Big up to hanging with my Nomis. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Ravi as well. Big up to Ed. Charlie says, afternoon, Sophia. Big up. I'll save this one for later. Uh, Ed says, ironically, he selected Malasia, who didn't get lots of games time. Yeah, that's a very good point, Ed. I mean, Van Gaal, bless his heart, but yeah, he did kind of do that a little bit. Yeah, he did. And also, like, he didn't even choose Sven Butman, who's done wonderful for Newcastle last season. So let's not even get into that. But yeah, let's see here. Ooh, so next one that I wanted to talk about. I mean, it was Wednesday where I did a video live show where I talked about like my perfect Man United summer transfer window. So spoiler alert to those of you who haven't seen it, one of the signings was Kim Min-Jae. But obviously, a few hours after I done the video, suddenly Bayern, like, full on agreement. Here we go. The famous catchphrase from Fabrizio Romano was made and whatnot. So yeah, Kim Min-Jae has accepted the contract proposal as club sources confirm. Contract valid until 2028. So next up is for Bayern to just pay the release clause, which I believe will have to be triggered tomorrow, July 1st. So yeah, it's a bummer. I really wanted him. We were linked to him, but obviously we'll have to put our you know sights and whatnot and focus on other uh transfer signings and whatnot. But hey, he'll definitely be a good. I think he will definitely cook for Bayern. What are your thoughts there, Hanno, about Kim and Jay?
Um, I don't know much about him. I know United wanted him. He's a he's a tall. He's really good physically. I think he can do really well at Bayern, and especially under Thomas Tuchel. This they lack a bit of speed in their back line. Of course, we
Mm-hmm.
saw with the Leeds and McConnell, and I think he can bring it. So I think he will do really well there
Yep.
at Bayern. So, but it is the German league, so I don't know if he will be. I prefer the Italian league over the Bundesliga.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same, same. I see what you're saying.
I think
I mean, yeah, go ahead. But by the way, just keep going, talking, Hanno. I just need to fix something for a quick minute, but I'll be right back. You just keep talking, okay? About Kim and
no.
Jay. Awesome.
So,
Great.
so yeah. Now, uh, I think Kim does. He can do. I think he will ball out in the Bundesliga. So it doesn't have as much time, but he will have more space to roam in. So yeah. Ravi says Bayern will start Kim at United. Kim will be rotated, so Kim chose a better option. Yeah. Um, yeah, I agree also with that because I don't think Tuchel will be starting up on McConnell. I think it will be almost Kim and Delet really. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, now, because the next talking point is the fact that Lucas Hernandez now, obviously played for Bayern, but now he's left to join PSG. So that kind of has opened up a space for Kim and Jay. to now be the new, one of the new center backs. Maybe they're playing more so a back three potentially. I don't know. That could be the case. But like I said with Upocano, I'm not really, you know, the few games here this season, it's been a little bit like ooh, all over the place. But I do think that Min-Jae definitely adds a bit of calmness in that defense. And like I said, I really wanted him, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The fact that Lucas Hernandez now went to PSG, that is interesting. I don't know. I feel like PSG is doing being a mess right now. Like I don't know if you've heard the recent news, but they're now. I think the Gaultier dude, the guy that's basically been the manager, he's been arrested now. Is what I heard from some
Yeah,
type of you
yeah.
know his time at
He was
Nice.
sacked. He was sacked at the end of the season.
Yep.
Um, and of course now he's under speculation
Mhm.
of, I believe, racist
Yeah.
discrimination and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Oof.
Um,
That's mad.
yeah, I get that it is a bit not a good look for PSG, but for me, PSG are making really good moves in transfer in the way. They
Mhm.
signed Marcus Asensio, Lucas Hernandez. Who's the other Madrid player they signed? They
See,
signed a
I don't.
few, but
Yeah.
they doing smart business. They let Messi go. They let Ramos go. Oh, so they're almost changing their philosophy
Mhm.
from these big stars to building a team. So I think I'm Bayern, sorry, PSG doing really efficient business.
Yeah.
And if they sort out the Mbappe situation, um, and and of course this manager situation, Luis Enrique is now their manager. He can cook. I think
Mhm.
Neymar playing now with Luis Enrique.
Mhm.
Of course, we saw Luis Enrique what he did in 2015 with that Barca team, Neymar, Suarez, Messi. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about PSG? Do you think they're doing sensible business?
I mean, I do feel like just some businesses have been like, okay, maybe they're trying to walk a little bit away from doing like that marquee big type of signings that they've done over the years, and not just trying to get like bunch of individuals, to be shirt sellers, but more so like now we're actually trying to maybe make more of a team potentially. I don't know because what they've done over the years, obviously, yeah, you keep still winning the league and maybe the domestic cups and whatnot or trophies, but you aren't really doing that much in the Champions League. You still haven't won the Champions League, so you gotta maybe try a different approach. Maybe try to also focus on some of the players. I mean, the youth academy working on that as well. So there's something interesting what they're doing, but we will see if they do get Luis Enrique. Maybe I'm not necessarily super fond of Luis Enrique. Like I don't rate him that heavily, but it is what it is. But maybe maybe it could be something. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be
Yeah,
interesting. But Lucas Hernandez is an interesting signing. We will see. We will see
yeah.
for sure.
Well, I think
I'm
PSG.
saving some of you guys' comments, by the way, people, so we will address it a little bit later. Did you want to say something, Hanno?
I think on PSG, I think
Yeah.
if they can sort out the squad and everything, um, one of the other they got Milan Skriniar also from Inter, so that's another good signing from them on a free. So I think they're making good moves. I think in a year or two we could see them potentially winning their first Champions League or at least be in a final or something like that. That's what I think.
Yeah.
The
Gotta
way
do
they
something.
moving now. So,
I agree.
but we will
I
see.
agree.
We will see what
We will
happens.
see. We will be there. More than you believe we will be there for sure. Ed says us dropping the ball with Kim Min-Jae shows me the priority for Eric Tenag was the midfielder, then goalkeeper, then striker, then defender. I mean, potentially, I really was shocked that how we been going so heavily on Mason Mount, which we will be talking about. But I Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I will save this later. But yeah, since we are on Mason Mount, let's talk about it. So breaking Manchester United agrees 60 million uh, pound package deal for Mason Mount with Chelsea. It's done. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano. Personal terms agreed weeks ago, and face-to-face talks between clubs made it clear the agreement is done. Mount becomes United player. They never kept the letters. Never left the race. Is what Fabrizio Romano says. And for me, to be honest, I'm not shocked. I've said that in former streams that I will not be shocked if we end up getting this over, done with and whatnot. The fact that we were, talking with Moises Caicedo and whatnot, no, no, no. That obviously is more so PR move from our side, just to kind of make sure, yo, we will back out. We're not going to, but we will act like we're going to back out, just so that you guys can actually end up budging in, accepting our deal or no deal, or we go. So yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, super excited about this, but at least we got it done. And what somebody was mentioning yesterday, I remember, is the fact that Man United hasn't even made any June signings since 2019. So this is like the first one since the past 4 years, right? That we make a signing in June. So, you know, thankfully this wasn't ending up to be like a big transfer saga and whatnot. We got it done now. Now it's just on focusing on potentially now maybe getting Andre Onana, the goalkeeper. But I mean, what are your thoughts? Are you happy that Mount is gone, or are you thinking could have been nice that he would have still been there with Chelsea? Honest thoughts, though, Hanno.
Look, I, I wanted him gone. If was staying another year, I think it. If the relationship was still there, then I wouldn't have mind. But
Hmm.
the relationship wasn't there anymore.
I
Between
get that.
him and the club, the owners, and everyone. And that's the one thing. I I think they. I don't think there will be many many people that's unhappy. I think
Hmm.
most people wanted him to stay, or if he, sorry, most people wanted him to leave. But if
Hmm.
he stays, they are fine with it. I would have been fine if the relationship didn't broke down. But look,
I get that.
it's not worth 60 million.
Definitely
Yeah,
not.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Probably around 50, but every penny is worth it. And you guys like to overpay. Let's be real.
I
Um,
mean,
at times, and you like to pay Maguire, Anthony, etc. I think it can do a job for United. Look, it can play that Ericsson role, or making maybe potential late runs. It
hmm
can be a backup for Bruno. It can play it on the right wing if you need him. It but you got loads of reinforcements.
hmm
Okay, you got Diallo, you got Anthony. What else? You got Sancho that can play there. You got Garnacho, so you got loads of people there. So I think you will most likely fit in as that eight role almost. Box to box midfielder, and then or as backup for Bruno. Or what you might do is almost do what City do with the of instead of one of the centre backs going in, you make one of the full backs go in. Maybe Diallo or Saka or Luke Shaw go into midfield for make a four
hmm
for free almost of
hmm
the four midfielders. Um, or what's free free to 3-2-4-1, something like that. But
Okay.
there's lots of things that you guys can do with Mason Mount. I think it will be a good signing under Tanak.
Mm,
I don't think he will be a world beater and be this fantastic player and lead you to major cup finals or change the style of play. I think that's more down to Onana and getting backup centre backs and striker,
Hmm.
honestly. So yeah.
I get that. I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, Torstein here, who is also Chelsea supporter, asked, "Do you believe in Mount?" Not really. I mean, now he is the Man United supporter. I mean, not supporter, but player. Okay, we will be signing very soon, I believe, and the medicals will be done after is back from holiday this weekend. So that's it is what it is. He's gonna be wearing a Man United shirt, and I will be backing you if you be wearing that Man United shirt and whatnot. But I don't necessarily see how this will overly work. I would love nothing but for this to be exceptional and for this to be a wonderful signing and for him to perform and just be incredible. But I don't personally see it. So even though I do back Ten Hag, I can still be critical and be like, I don't know. It's not really a signing that, like I said, it excites me in every way. In any way, it doesn't. But we move. We move. I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. It really would be. Ravi asks, who is Mount going to bench at United and what does he actually offer at United? I mean, technically, Hanno did mention a little bit like what he can offer. I mean, who he would, and also who he could be maybe. I potentially do think like Eriksen here or there maybe
Eric's
could,
not
could
doing that thing.
but with
Personally.
Bruno, I don't think, nah, I don't think you would be benching Bruno. That ain't happening. Because
Or if
I don't
not
see
Bruno,
that.
you might play alongside Bruno as a 10 and with the
Maybe
3-2-4-1 formation, like City
that
play.
that could happen. I'm not really convinced with it, but that can happen. Even though I'm
Um,
not convinced. I don't know, man. I mean, I do hope that we also do get, the Nana deal done with. Hopefully that can happen. Since we are talking about it, Ian asked, "Do you think we buy Onana and keep the hair?" I think the hair probably would be leaving. I don't think he would be staying. And also, he deserves better than the crap that you know the club has been doing. This ain't it. The way we have handled it, it literally is just a few hours until he could potentially be a free agent, and we're still you know trying to work this out. It's a madness, and also the way some of the fan base be going as well. It's disrespectful. The guy's been here for 11-ish years. Like, come on, let's put some respect on him. Technically 12 years, but let's put some respect. I personally don't like the treatment, but I do think that he probably would be leaving, and I do think we buy Onana. I think if we're gonna be replacing De Gea, then Onana for me is the one that we should be getting, and I hope that we do be getting him because I do think he will fit very nicely in, and also the fact that he has worked with Ten Hag before at Ajax does make it even more better. I mean, a lot of you guys, I mean, most of us, we did watch that Champions League final. He was cooking. He looked hella good for Inter in that Champions League final. So I'm just saying, I would want him to cook for us too. And if the hair ends up staying, I wouldn't mind that at all. A lot of you guys know how much I rate the hair. I love the guy. But if he does go, I'll be like, hey, I hope he has a testimonial, and I'll be going to the game. If it does have a testimonial, I would love to go. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. What are you thinking, Hanno, with the whole
I think
situation?
it goes. I think it goes.
You think he
Look,
goes?
yeah, I think
Yep.
what Eric Ten Hag blocked Tom Eaton's move to Luton,
Mm-hmm.
reportedly.
Yep.
So I think he's thinking, no, no, they might go. Let's keep Tom Eaton as backup.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
unless he maybe gets money for him, for sale. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Trump says the hair is as gone as the wind. If he really want to stay, or if Man United he wanted him to stay, as he would have renewed long ago. I mean, the whole situation has been a mess, so I see that. Twilum also says Onana and Heaton, it is next season probably. Dean has to go for the sake of peace, and number 11 has to go as well for peace and quiet. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Number 11, Voldemort definitely got to go. We don't we even we're not even going to go into that. But yeah, definitely big up to Ad Time Podcast, aka JPT. Show some love and subscribe to the channel. Says is
Glory, glory, man. Good night,
get out of
fam.
here. um, he says it asks is Sancho staying? Saw his high wages. I can't see him staying if Mount is getting 200K a week. You know what I think is funny? Why when we sign somebody, and get somebody, why do we end up then for it to report the wages. We didn't hear anything about wages when it comes to Declan Rice, Madison, but once Man United gets somebody, that's when we hear about the wages. I see you, media. I see you. It is what it is. Oh, there he is. I don't know. It is what it is, but hey,
No,
I mean, he
I,
potentially would. If we
I
get a
just clicked the
proper
wrong
offer,
button.
then he might be leaving. If we get a proper
Yeah,
offer, if not, we'll see. But I wouldn't mind having it for one more season. But at the end of the day, if he does leave, I wouldn't mind that as well. we we just have to wait and see. Big up to Footy Judge Mo. Show him some love, fellow Inter supporter. Hope you're doing well and good to see you too, Mo. Do subscribe to Mo's channel, Footy Judge Mo, and also his joint channel, which is Never a Foul. Show him some love. And people, I also do have linked Hanno's channel, Coach Corner, in the description box. So do show him some love as well. That time podcast says to De Gea must quote one of the best songs ever. Thanks for the memories. Oh, yeah. By Fall Out Boys. To those of you who know, you know. But hey, yeah, I've been listening to the song since, I ain't gonna lie. If the hell leaves, I'm already ready. I'm planning to do a thumbnail. I'm planning to do like a proper video for him. I love the guy, but hey, what are we gonna do? Big up to Jordan. But yeah, next talking point is actually, since we are on Intit, it's perfect that Mo came in. Marcelo Brozovic has said yes to Al-Nassr proposal. Here we go. Exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. A verbal agreement reached, waiting to sign all the contracts. Understand he will undergo medical tests on Friday, and then final check to the contract. Deal will be valid until 2026. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit sad when I saw him leave. I'm like, no, you know, I wanted you
yeah.
to go. He's been exceptional for Inter. So,
Hopefully, hopefully it doesn't fail his medical like it did at Al-Nassr. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I mean, Al Nassr, the Saudi league, they cooking. I mean, since we are talking about it, what are your thoughts with so many of your players going to Saudi Arabia? Clearing it out and whatnot. Are you
Well,
like,
look,
thank you?
I'm very thankful for them. I wish they become a really great league. Yeah, and it's all perfectly legal. I'm sure about that. I'm really sure about that. Nah, look, it's good business from us, and I'm just really glad that the players have found a place where they can go. Also, I don't think there's anyone else interested in these players.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't really think we're not getting so much from for these players. Look, Ziyech 8 million was it should have been in Kulabali, what 20, 25, something like that. So we're
Mm-hmm.
not getting major money. If we were getting major money, then I would I would I would have been like, okay, maybe something dodgy is going on. But we're not even getting mad money. That's the thing.
I don't know. I think y'all just, I mean, Todd B and them men have just found the loophole, to be honest. And I'm just thinking, why could my club do that? That's all I'm thinking. Why could my club think about it? We could have maybe, gotten rid of some players. And also the thing is as well, some of you players that you mentioned, like Koulibaly and whatnot, and Mendy, some of them are Muslim. So
Mhm.
that is one of the big reasons to why some of them are leaving, go to Saudi Arabia. It does make sense, and also at the age where, okay, maybe I would want another challenge as well. I got, you know, a big opportunity with getting some cash and as well be able to practice my religion at a place where it is very much plausible and possible for me and my family to be able to do that. So hey, I don't see anything wrong with it. um And hey, it is what it is. It's just, of course, a little bit unfortunate with some players where I would have, of course, liked to keep them. Like I said, with Marcelo Brozovic, but it would have been nice to for him to stay a little bit longer. But hey, if you get an opportunity, you do you. Everybody has different reasons to why, you know, for what motivates them and for what decisions they end up making, whatnot. But the only thing I think more so it's about like Inter not being able to get that much money for him, and I'm like, yo, I think I read something with 23 million or so. Like that's very low. So I don't know.
Mm.
I often feel like with Serie A, they don't always make the best decisions when it comes to some of the transfer business that they've been doing over the years. So yeah, I mean, for him, he's doing what he needs to do, but Inter, y'all couldn't get a little bit more. They are trying to get a replacement, but a guy from Sassuolo, I believe. But it'll be interesting. He'll be missed. He'll be missed. It's gonna be very
Yeah,
difficult to try to replace him though. But I don't know. What's your thought
definitely.
about Brozovic?
I think it's going to be missed. But they should have gotten a lot more. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's at least 40 million. 40 to 30 million. So yeah. But sometimes you sometimes the you gotta budge if you need money in this case, even if you want more.
Mm,
And I think that's almost for Nana. I think they've told Chelsea like we want that big money, and I think not to just said we know you want that much, but we aren't going to pay that money. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's why I think he's going to go for 50 million, but never know. So yeah,
Never know. Never know. Freaking hell. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, this one I really like from that time podcast says the Saudis has been doing what the Premier League has been doing for years. So why is it a problem now, media? Exactly. Like, sometimes people don't really be thinking about, with the Premier League and not just the Premier League, but, several leagues in Europe, but especially the Premier League, be taking, players from the French league, players from, South America. Brazil got their own league. They probably want to, have the best players there and whatnot. But no, they've been taking those players and having him in the Prem and whatnot. So how is that any different from what the Saudis are doing? Like sometimes I've been reading some, sometimes some xenophobic comments where they'll be like, yeah, but that's they don't really be playing football over there. There's a big footballing community in Middle East as well, and they have opportunities where they're trying to build the league and make it great, and it looks to be that they're really taking it seriously. So I don't have an issue with it. It is what it
yeah,
is. We're not any better, you know. Come on, why are we going to be entitled to be like, yeah, but we need to have the best players here? Can't everybody else also have great players? Did we, make a fuss out of it when some of the players, some of our legends went to MLS? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. If we're gonna keep it 100, let's do it. Let's not try to be picking sides here. Let's come on. That's what I'm saying. So the last talking point that I wanted to mention or talk about is obviously James Madison to Spurs. Really good signing for Spurs. I mean, I kind of would have liked for him to be maybe at like a Newcastle and whatnot, but Spurs getting him, it is really good signing, especially if Hurricane ends up staying and whatnot for one season and whatnot. To have somebody that can create more and offload Hurricane a bit more when it comes to dropping deep and get more into with the goal contribution. So, how important of a signing do you think, and good of a signing as well, do you think that James Madison is for Spurs?
I think it's a good signing. He, and he can deliver, but
Mhm,
he also can't. And
mhm,
but I think Tottenham fans are really excited
mhm,
for him. I think he's excited. He gets his move away from Leicester.
mhm.
Um, does he improve them in like upgrading them by so much? I don't think so. No, as the defense is still terrible, but attacking wise, he's definitely going to help Kane out and Son. So he can deliver.
Hmm.
It's just about consistency too. So yeah.
I agree with that too. I mean, it'll be quite interesting. I mean, definitely to be in the system or what Postecoglou is trying to do. The new manager for Spurs. So some of the signings that they made, with the Madison, it's a smart signing. And hey, I rate it. I rate it. But it's more so like I rate Spurs doing it, but I don't necessarily completely rate Madison going, if that makes sense. Because I do think that him going to a Newcastle would have been maybe better for himself. But you never know. You never know. It'll be definitely quite interesting to see. Good question here, but at a time podcast says who was the better signing for money, Madison for Spurs or Tonali for Newcastle? Ooh, Hanno, what are you thinking?
Uh,
Because I believe
I'm
Madison's like
I'm
40,
thinking
I think.
Madison.
You think it would be Madison being a better signing for the money?
Yeah, I think Madison.
I think I might agree
Then
with that.
again,
Yeah,
yeah,
even
I'm
though
going to
Tonali is
Madison.
good, but
Madison just
Madison is
just.
prem proven as well. So it's not necessarily a complete. You don't really know how Tonali will be doing in the Premier League and whatnot. Even though I do think it's a good signing for Newcastle, but like money wise, I would probably agree with you, Hano, and say Madison as well. In my opinion, I think I would. So hey,
If
yeah, yeah. Also says the irony
if
of Madison leaving the championship to now in a club that won't see a championship. Leaving the champ.
uh,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hey, it is what it
that's a
is.
good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add on Madison?
Um, I, last thing I might just add is I think Kane might now evolve more as a striker because he doesn't have to create as much now with Madison there. So yeah, I think we might see Kane play more such focal points up top, rather than dropping deep and having to create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Like that aspect of his game would be a bit more like, okay, somebody else will help you out with your creativity. It's not just going to be you. So I think that will definitely be important for him for sure. Toshan says, remember Oscar went to China? Yeah, I remember. And I was one of them back in the day where I was like, why would you go there? Huh? That doesn't make sense. But now for me, like I don't have that same mindset that I had years back when that happened when he went and whatnot. Like now I'm just like, you do what you want to do. It's your life at the end of the day. Like who are we to be, you know, questioning that and trying to be, you know, like you don't know what you would be able to do if that was you in that situation. And go and get your bag. It's your life. It is,
Yeah,
you know?
and also in that period is when China bought all those loads of players and tried to
Yep.
create their own league, like
Yeah.
the Saudis are trying to do now. So,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
that's out. So, yeah,
But I feel like with the Saudis, I think the Saudis could be more successful though. I just have a feeling that they
The-
can be a
yeah, same. I
mm,
think they have the right
mm,
right
I don't know which just how they're
people
doing it.
behind it,
Yeah.
and they've got the infrastructure. Look, they got uh, the stadiums and the teams already. So
Yep.
yeah,
They're just adding it more, and especially with Ronaldo going to first, I was like, this. But now, like, there's been more people going there, like with Benzema and Kante and whatnot, and other players, even younger ones. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you got something here. Maybe there's something here, especially having some of the other teams, not just one team, but like Al-Nassr and the other teams as well, just adding more. It'll be a bit more competitive. I think it can be dope. I think it could be quite interesting. This was a question from Ravi to you, Hanno. Hanno, you know about Angelo from Santos at Chelsea or looking at? Familiar with him?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We signed Angelo
Yep.
from them. I don't know much about him. He looks like a good winger, slash attacking slash cam. So he might ball out. Out. I don't think he will reach the first team. I don't know.
Mm.
We've signed a lot of youth uh,
Yeah, you have.
projects. So they might go to Strasbourg. Of course, we got a stake
Oh
in
yeah,
Strasbourg, so
that's
we
smart.
we could see something like that. I don't know if they all make it to the
Yeah.
first team. First team, I think most of them are just for profit, just
Mhm.
to sign young people, and then sell them off. That's what we have almost wanted to do is cut cut off that middleman, like a Benfica, like a Porto, stuff like that.
Mm.
So we sign them from
Yeah.
the Brazilian league,
Yep.
develop them, and then a big team comes in, and then we sell them for 20, 30 mil.
Mm. I get that. Oh, the at time Parker says Angela straight to the under 20s or France. To be honest, I'm getting tired of these teenage signings. Are you tired of it as well, Hanno? Or you're like, yeah, maybe some of them make sense. Some of them you kind of would want to get more, you know, proven
I
players and
think
whatnot, or
uh, it's a lot, so it's becoming a bit annoying as we're not signing um prospects for like right now. Now, that's a bit of a worry, and
mm,
it's becoming annoying. Like we're not focusing so much on the main team, but then again, it's also good because
mm,
we know the people behind the club are planning for the future.
mm-hmm.
So it is getting a bit annoying.
I get it. I get it. Keep getting the likes up, by the way, everybody. Keep getting the likes up. Ooh, um, look, I'm so shine. Do you believe in Nico Jackson? Is he a good player?
Um,
I don't know much about
well,
him myself. Was it he was signed from Villarreal, right? Or am I mistaken? He
yeah,
was Villarreal, yeah.
Villarreal.
Mhm.
So what? Um, he was injured most of the season, and in half the
Mm.
season, I believe he scored 12 goals in 19 games.
Mhm.
And so he's got a good conversion rate, about a goal per. I can't remember, but he's got a good conversion rate.
Okay.
Exactly what it is, but so 12 goals in, I believe it's 19 games. So yeah, he's
Mm.
got a really good conversion rate.
Mm.
He, I, I don't know if we're going to sign another striker. I think we might just hold out for Ivan Tony in January. Try and
Ooh.
sign him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. That would be quite interesting. I would love to have Ivan Toney as well, man. Oh, it will be, yeah, we will see when he comes back. It'll be about that time regardless. So yeah. Big up to Nathan says Onana bid to come in tonight. Yeah, I just read somewhere that potentially a bid from Man United to Inter for Andre Onana will most likely be coming in tonight. But as well, so really we're trying to still we're a mess. God, sometimes I hate my club. I ain't gonna lie. How are we still trying to figure out with um like I said, De Gea, like, and also De Gea is about to get married this weekend, is what I heard. I was like, what? And we're trying to sort out, like, he's trying to get, having a wedding, but also trying to sort out whether or not he still has a job to go back to. No, 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 no. Our club is a shamble. God, I hate my club sometimes. I love them, but I hate them as well. Once the Glazers go, the whole board got to go as well. We are this is gross. Freaking hell. But I will keep you notified, Nathan, and to those you as well who are interested in the Donana thing. If there's anything coming tonight, I probably might suddenly hop up live, but I have planned to do another show later tonight, which is going to be episode 2 of The Streets Won't Forget. We will be talking about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and I have an AC Milan fan to join me. So that's going to be 8 p.m. UK time. So remember to have your notification on if you want to, Make sure to be there so that we're just going to celebrate Zlatan Ibrahimovic's career as he has retired not long ago. But I think we're going to wrap it up at here actually. Tushan says 125 million sales for Harrison Mount. That's
Yeah,
what I want to say before to conclude the transfer news for this evening or this afternoon, I should say. I feel like your team has won the transfer window. The way you guys are letting so many players go and whatnot, it's yo. And if you get Caicedo as well, nah, I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all. Wow, wow. Y'all were
yeah.
messing up last year, but you're really working on trying to fix the stuff that you messed up with. How how content are you? Or are you happy with what you've done so far, or would you maybe hope that you can get some more signings in? Kind of would love to hear your thoughts
Uh,
about that before we end it.
I think, look, we're selling loads of players. I think there's still more to go. Kaku, Pulisic, etc.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and incomings, we've got decent signings that coming in, so
Mhm.
we should. I'm expecting top five or top four. Look, if we don't get Europe, then I'm going to be very disappointed in Poch. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Poch.
I-
Do you think Poch can get a lot out of some of these you know, the players that you have left?
yeah, I
Can he
think
cook?
he can. He can
Yeah.
cook. He can
He's a good
cook.
coach.
Young players.
Mhm.
He's got young players, and he's got a system. That's the most important thing.
Good point.
He's got a system, and most of the players in that system usually know what they want to do, like Ericsson's in his time at Tottenham. So yeah,
That is a good point. Yeah. Also, did you hear about? I mean, it was mentioned earlier. Was it? Wait a minute. It was JPT who mentioned it. Where is it? Was a comment here about the CH
yeah.
that he
CH
failed his
felt
medical. Lord have mercy, poor guy. I feel bad for CH. I feel so
yeah,
bad for the guy because remember you guys snaked him when he was supposed to become a PSG player in January window. He was literally in Paris about to just and then suddenly you guys failed to send in important paperwork not once, not twice, but three times. So I ended up with having to come back to Chelsea and be there for the remaining of the season. And now he fails one part of the medical. And there was what was it? I read there was some issues with both of his knees and potentially a hip as well. Oof. No, no, no. It ain't
yeah.
looking good.
His knee
There
is
it is.
problem. So
Mm,
uh, it's cutting because I don't know where it goes now.
yeah.
Now I think he might just get that knee fixed and then we'll possibly sort out just another move for him to
Mm-hmm.
Al-Nassr.
Yeah, because sometimes it's often like we don't always think about it. We're like, yeah, okay, this player here we go and da 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 da. But then they be taking medical. Some players, like a CH in his case, do be failing a medical. And then you're kind of like, oh, dang, what do I do then? I don't know. I hope it'll get sorted out, and I hope he does get his move because hey, I mean the guy is still very young though, but I do hope that he can sort itself out because he's been quite unlucky. Sometimes that does happen for some players, unfortunately. But we'll definitely keep you guys posted if you hear anything. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it at that. So Hanno, where can the people find you, my friend?
Yeah, on YouTube, Coach's Corner, and on Instagram, Hanno underscore Coach underscore Corner, Twitter, Hanno underscore Coach Corner. So yeah,
Awesome.
um,
Yeah. Thank you
almost
for
at
wanting
full.
to be on, Hanno. I appreciate it having you on and talk some, especially with the mount thing. Having conversation about that. So I appreciate it. We definitely got to collab again soon. But yeah, people, I have linked Hanno's YouTube channel below in the description box. So make sure you click it, subscribe, show him some love. He doesn't just do football and not just Chelsea, but also cricket as well. So if any of you find that interesting, come on, show him some love. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
thank you very much for having me
no
on.
problem. No
Enjoyed it,
problem.
and
Yeah, me too.
hopefully Mount fails at United.
Wait, that mount.
Fails at United. Hopefully fails.
Okay. Okay,
Fingers
I see.
crossed.
Okay. 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 I hope that who else? Who do I hope that fails at Chelsea? I actually like Poch, but I hope that you guys just mess up. I hope that you guys just to be honest though, I think you guys will be cooking next season. I ain't gonna lie. I just have a feeling. If you
Yeah.
guys get Casado, but I will be doing another show about it, and we'll probably bring you on, and we could talk about like what can Chelsea do next season. Something like that could be interesting. But I ain't gonna lie, I just have a feeling that they might cook. But we'll see. We'll see. They've done great transfer business so far, so hey. But it also depends what the rest of us do as well. But yeah, guys, we're gonna end it at here. Yes, and you also do Christopher Nkunku as well. Yes, Jordan. And I do rate him, so I definitely will be excited to see how well he will adapt to the Prem and whatnot then to your guys' team. And I do think that Poch probably would be developing him very well. But we'll see. Regardless, people, we're gonna end it at here. I will be back later tonight, like I said, 8 p.m. UK, to do a episode 2 of The Streets Won't Forget. And it's gonna be about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Like I said, I have a AC Milan supporter that's going to be joining me, and we're just going to be praising and celebrating the wonderful career of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe, and of course also have on the notification bell button as well. So yeah, see you later. Make sure you like, subscribe. Also feel free to join the FCT membership, which is linked in the description box. And we are out. Bye bye. See you later.
Okay, cool.
Bye
Are
bye.
you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.